Okay, you guys, so I am gonna just go through quickly, try to do quickly because I have a lot of plants in here, as you can tell. Yeah, so I've picked up a few more. Do you see all that yellow, the ghetto yellow sticky tape I have? I found these little tiny like flying, they weren't gnats, they were just these little black bugs with wings, but my plants seem to be fine. And I've put those up as cautionary, and if they get into the soil, it will kill them. So yeah, let's just begin. I'm just gonna start from here and work my way down, and I will just tell you what it is if I remember the Latin name to these plants. And you will see I have purchased a few grow lights just from Amazon. I can link that below if anybody wants it, just let me know. But you have seen this guy right here. Now, I don't know why his leaves are drying out. He was underneath the grow light for a long time. This is my rock fig, and it goes by another name. Something, I think it's like Petularis maculata. Something. I will link it on the screen like I do below. And then right above there, you have seen my unboxing of my beautiful Micans, my velvet leaf philodendron. So there she is, sitting pretty with all of her other philodendron friends. And right next to her is my red emerald, and she is a philodendron. Right now, I just have her posted up or staked up with a piece of bamboo that I got from my local nursery called Green Thumb here in Puyallup. Now, a little story about her. To me, she was dying. And I thought I was gonna lose her. She had some other huge leaves down at the bottom right there, and she started looking super wilted, super wilted. If I can find a picture, I will insert it right now. And I reached out to my friend Suzette, and she has a YouTube channel here on YouTube called Suzette's Gardens. Beautiful, down-to-earth woman. I love talking to her. I talk to her on a daily basis about plants and what she's doing at her house and her greenhouse. But anyways, I reached out to her and I just said, hey, my red emerald is not looking so hot. And she was wilted. It was probably about a week after I purchased her, or I got her in the mail. And so Suzette was just like, oh yeah, she does. She looks really wilted. She looks sad. So what I did, I ended up plucking her out of the soil, what Suzette told me to do, rinse off the bottoms, dip her in some of my rooting powder, and then sticking her in a jar of warm water. Now I use distilled water for all of my plants. I don't use that crap out of the tap. I'm crap out of the tap. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. I'm such a dork. But I set her in about a week, maybe a week and a half. She started getting these little tiny like hair, micro hair of roots, and Suzette said once she starts doing that, you don't want to do the water roots, or she doesn't like it because water roots are a little bit weaker than soil roots. And so I ended up planting her after that with these little tiny minute roots, and she ended up actually coming back. She's still kind of recovering, but she does not look wilted like she used to. The back leaf looks like she's wilted, but she's not, I promise. She feels so good, so firm, and now she has some new growth coming in. As you can see, she's growing. Okay, and then right behind there is the famous, delicious Royal Queen philodendron. She is doing good. As soon as I planted her up, she did amazing, and she's getting a new leaf right there. So that is my Royal Queen. Just get a little bit of a shot in there for you, making sure I'm not missing anybody and not trying to bump into my grow lights. So there is some cuttings I got from Davi. I love you, Davi. These guys are doing beautiful. I need to purchase a few more. This one is doing so good. These got babies popping up everywhere, and a lot of these guys have been sitting underneath the grow light for a while now, for about a month or two since I've had my first grow light, and we'll get over to that area too. But there is, okay, I can't even tell who's who. I think this is the grow light makes it really hard. This is my neon, I believe. Now these are a clumping form of syngoniums, aka arrowheads. And at first I didn't know that I have a couple of the vining ones, but these are clumping, so they're not gonna look as long or lanky as the vining ones do, where you can set them in a hanging basket and they will hang over the edge. These guys are shorter and fluffier to me. And then right next to her is her sister Coral. For real, that's, it's a coral splash, I think. No, or just a coral, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, those two guys hanging out there. And I know I have that annoying yellow tape. It's not pretty, but you know. There is one of my absolute favorites, my philodendron Burl Marx. He is giving birth to 2 leaves. You can see the one at the very top. I'm not gonna even reach in there. But this guy is beautiful. This is the best, I mean, cutting I think I have ever purchased. I know some of you, my friends, like What the Flock Farm, he got one. I believe, who else reached out and got one? Oh my word, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my word, Emily. I think a few of my subscribers actually grabbed some of these guys. I cannot remember. I may have to go back and give a little shout out to them and pop it up on the screen if I remember to do that. So one of my absolute favorite, I'm gonna try to go over the top of this guy so you can see what's going on the top here. Woohoo, yummy, yummy. There's my new leaf. I am so excited. Now I twirl him around every single night. When I mist in the morning and I mist at nighttime. And then when I do, I will turn the pot a little bit so that each side gets an equal amount of the sun that's in the west. Even though I do have the grow lights. I just got these today. It's a 3-headed one, so I was excited. And then there is my Monstera deliciosa. She almost died. I'm not kidding. She got root rot, and my friend Davi, who has a channel called Hey It's Davi, told me, oh, that's got root rot. And so I ended up, I mean, she has been stagnant. I'm gonna try to grab her, so if you see me doing something weird, that's why. Okay. Do you see? She's growing a new leaf. She literally, you guys, was, oh my word, hold on. I don't even see what I'm doing right now. Hold on. Oh, I bent it. Oh, shoot. Don't go tying on me. Oh my word, okay, there we go. Yeah, he almost died, or she, I don't even know what to call these guys, okay. But this is one of my survivors, like my single leaf. This is one I got from Rare, or Secret Garden Rare Plants, I think that's how you say it. When I first got her, she had 3 leaves. Then she lost one, and then she grew back. And then that leaf gave birth to this leaf that we're looking at right now. And then it ended up just falling off. And I was like, what is going on? Well, I got better soil that wasn't suffocating the roots. And I started mixing more perlite, and I have a lot of like charcoal and orchid bark just to make the soil aerated. But after about 2 months, she has finally given birth again. I was ecstatic. I could have cried, not even kidding you guys. So I'm shaking you around, but I'm gonna try to put her back where she was. There you go, mama. Make sure she's getting some of that LED light. And then right next to her, this has been the fussiest plant I believe that I have had. She, like everyone has said, I've heard here, is a diva. I hate saying that word, but she is. And I got her when she was really young, beautiful. But ever since I got her, crispy tips. Every single leaf almost has crispy tips. And I water her, I mist her, she sits underneath the grow light. I have tried putting her right underneath the humidifier. Nothing seems to work for me. But I don't know if it's because she's so young, so she's really picky. I don't know. But if I was honest, not one of my favorites. And I'm not trying to be mean. I am really loving my Phil family, the philodendrons and the aroids. And so I still love my calatheas. And then right above her is, if you can see her squeaked in, this is my first calathea. It's a medallion, calathea medallion. And I have chopped her back like crazy. So she used to have several leaves. You can't even barely see her, sorry guys. Yeah, she's doing really good. I mean, from the very first video I think I did on a calathea, she was in it, and she's a rock star. I don't care if she's beat up. I love her imperfections. It's what just what gives her character. So, yep, that's my Calathea medallion. She's kind of, not old news, but kind of, because I've already had her. You've seen an unboxing with my rotundifolia. This beast does not like to grow for me at all. And I finally have a little tiny, I hope you guys can see that. I was like, oh my gosh, this plant has a little stem, a little thing coming up. So this has not bloomed since I've had it. I've had this thing for what, 3 or 4 months, maybe 3 months. But this guy finally is starting to put out a new stem for me, and we are happy about that. And then right here is my Florida Beauty. She is my fave. Right now, I am trying to get her to, she's back here. She's behind the sad moonlight. This isn't the one I have right now that's absolutely gorgeous. This is the first one that Gabriella Plants sent to me that was a hot mess. But next to her, I have her rooting in water right now. And as soon as she sprouts a little bit of hair roots, I'm taking her out and I'm going to plant her like I did my emerald red. Okay. And then there behind there is another one of my favorites. Now, I think that's a pothos, my neon pothos, because I have seen other philodendrons that have more of a lime, like a really lime light neon yellow that does not look like that. So I don't know, I'm confused. If you know for certain, oh, I'm trying to get in there, what that guy is, could you please let me know, because I'm even having a hard time identifying that one. Hope I'm giving you a good shot. I can't even see what I'm doing, but I was bumping the grow light. Whoopsies. So, okay. But yeah, there is my Florida Beauty. I am super stoked about having that. That cutting, you will see in the video. Either I might do it before this video or I might do it after this video. I'm not sure. But yes, that is one of my new ones that I'm absolutely in love with. I love that thing. That plant I have never seen go less than about, at least for what I've seen, about $75, $65. And when I saw that cutting for $20, I grabbed it up on Etsy. So, and then I know this is a long video. It's because I have a ton of plants in here and we're right in the midst of my humidifier. So if it's cloudy, that's why. There is my Calathea Marion. I think that's how you say it. Got her from Etsy from, yes, I know, Garden Goods. And didn't come with anything nasty on her. I treated her soil. She's, in her own way, she's really pretty. But what I was expecting, I guess, was a little bit more white, like really bright white around the edges of her leaves. And it's more of a light greenish brown color. It's weird because I watch Addie B's, or oh my word, I'll put her channel down here. She knows her stuff about calatheas and I love her. And she has one that has more of a white ring around the leaf that I was on the hunt for. And I know that people put filters on Etsy, so I was kind of, I think, jinxed, or not jinxed, but just, I can't say tricked because I did buy her, but I thought she was going to have a little bit more oomph on the bright, kind of a white color around her leaves. And so, yeah, that's on this shelf. And then moving down is my, probably one of my favorite calatheas. This is my Calathea Gecko. I got this from Plant Imperium from Etsy. It was one of my more expensive ones. I'm not sad, one bit of purchasing this one. It has never given me really any trouble. She came in beautiful condition. She's put out one leaf, but that's about it. I love her. I do want to get a couple more calatheas, not very many because I have slowed down quite a bit in purchasing plants or being more, what do you call it, intentional for getting what plants I want. I want the Calathea Velvet Touch, and then I also want the Beauty Star. Those are two that I had been eyeing. So that might be it for the Calathea that I get. So, and then here we are, the Calathea Peacock. I like this plant. She's not like, okay, so I love, you will hear me say, the tropical plant addict, Hannah. I love watching her. Mine does not look like hers. Like, at least the camera doesn't look like mine. Looks like hers. But she's given me 3 new leaves. There's one unfurling. Oh my word, I can't even see you guys. I'm blind for real. I think there's 3 other ones on the other side of her. I can't. This might be one right here. I'm not sure. Oh boy, can't even get you guys a good shot. Anyways, yeah, she's putting out 3 new leaves, and I've been feeding since April. Has it been April? Yeah, since the last week of April, I have been feeding my plants fertilizer. Something very, very light. I need to invest in some that I saw off of Amazon that I will share in the videos to come. But I then have, oh my gosh, you guys. I'm like going through every single plant and I literally have sweat running down my back. That's how warm it is in here. Okay, anyways, we all know Calathea ornata, my pinstripe. She is beautiful. Now, when I had gotten infested with root aphids, this guy I thought I was gonna lose, but I didn't, and I decided to stick both of these plants. I had 2, and I just felt like it was taking up extra room. I'm thinking about doing this with my orbifolia as well. I know it's gonna get huge in the future, but I am willing to do that and handle that bad boy. But I put both of these together. Only 1 crispy tip, and that's about it. Maybe 2 somewhere else I saw, but he has never given me troubles. I know a lot of people say that they have troubles with this plant. My yellow tape. I have never had an issue with this plant. I don't know what, I think it just depends on, I don't know who has the magic touch and who doesn't, and there are people who can take care of like the Calathea zebrina I think that's what it's called. That one right there that I showed you, that gives me, like, literally gives me hell. I can't take care of that one, and it feels like it just gives me heck all the time. But this one has never really given me any trouble, and I love her. I think she's beautiful. I can't wait till she gets a little bit bigger, like with all my plants. And then there is another cutting I got. Now this guy's actually gotten quite a bit bigger. This is from Dobby. This guy's doing good, sprouting. I know it's gonna be a long time until this guy reaches into a tree, because this ends up, I think, as a tree or a bush. But I love its leaves. He is such a cute little trooper. I love him. So I put him right there. And I like different kind of textures and color varieties and everything in my leaves. So I like the different like stripes and zigzags and variegations that all these guys have. So this guy, I don't think I've ever showed you. I got him, surprise, surprise. Prayer plant, it's a lemon lime. I got this cuttings. Now there was like 5 cuttings I got. Beautiful deal. It was like $10, $12 from Modest Leaf. Came in fantastic condition. And he is sharing a pebble tray with oh my word, this is a story for me to tell you guys. I know I'm a talker, but I'm just trying to fill you in. I have a lot of plants. This isn't even all of them in my office. But next to my lemon lime, never has given me really troubles. He started getting a little bit dry on the tip, so I put him and her on a pebble tray, and I think he's doing better, even though he's like right underneath my humidifier. I got him from Hertz, this green prayer plant. Literally, I had to cut him down to stems. There was like 2 leaves on him, and I ended up not giving up. I was frustrated. I wanted to just throw him away. I know, gasps from the crowd. I think all of us have wanted to throw a plant away and just forget about you have it. But after I put him underneath the grow light, I was like, buddy, I'm gonna give you a chance. He's not giving me an issue, and he's been popping out probably about 3 leaves a week since I put him underneath the grow light. He has slowed down a little bit because I took him out of a grow light, but he seems to be hanging on and doing very, very, very good for me. So, alrighty, moving down from Lyle. Let me see. There is this guy. Now, I had to throw away, I'm gonna sit down. I had to throw away some of my plants that I got from Garden Goods Direct, and I managed to save some cuttings from my Syngonium, what is it? Syngonium Maria. And it is one of the most gorgeous Syngoniums I think I have. I love, and I am like so happy that I saved cuttings from her. She's putting out new leaf here, and she looks like glimmery or like glittery or like iridescent. Love her. And she has never given me trouble, ever. I love this plant, and I hope she lives for a very long time. I'm hoping she gets big enough to where I can put her in a hanging basket. So there's that beauty. And then right next to her is my Blue Star Fern. Never have had trouble with this guy. I think he loves me. Don't quote me. I think there's actually a dead leaf somewhere around here. But this guy, okay, I think this is kind of a dead guy right here. I'm not sure. Has never, I mean, I love him. I love him. He's cool. He's got like fro going on. I love it. I love it. I can't wait till he gets big. He's a really, my daughter's screaming out in the backyard. Sorry. Slow grower, really slow grower for me at least. So I'm thinking about purchasing some more grow lights and popping him underneath there. I like big plants. I don't care if my whole house is bombarded with huge jungle-like plants. So I'm working on getting some new hanging baskets and some, what are they called? Oh my word. I can't think of the word right now, but some of those cloth braided hanging things, and I can't remember the word for it. Okay, anyways, I will remember it probably by the end of this video. And then this is my, oh my word, this is, I just said the name of this plant before I started this video, but this is basically a false African hosta. It's not really a hosta. This is a bulb. So I think that this guy is going to die off and then come back. I don't know how they do as a house plant. So I think it may bloom all year round, but if you have this outside, I think it would be a perennial where it would come back, it'd multiply, yada, yada, yada. But something maculata. It's like a, not a Petrolaris maculata, because I think that's my rock fig. Oh, but you know when you're doing these kind of videos and your voice starts to get tired and your brain starts to like stop clicking? That's what mine's doing right now. But yeah, that's that guy right there. I have him down here. And then there is my asparagus fern. I think there's a certain name for him. This guy has, like, I know he has browning on him, but he has never given me, oh, there's my finger in the film. Do you see how big he is? Be happy, be bright, be you. I'm so weird. But he is huge. He's grown so much for me, and I love him. I love him. He looks like a giant tree. Like if you look at him a certain way, it's like, wow, look at that huge tree on the mountainside. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. It's a tiny little fern. Oh my word, he looked good in a terrarium. I've wanted to get a terrarium, the BioOrb, for a long time. I just don't have $400, $300 on me right now. Okay, so I'm moving upward to my other grow station, my grow light. Just to show you kind of what I have underneath here, nothing really special. There is another Monstera Deliciosa. Davi sent me this in my friend mail. He just put out that leaf. That was when I could have like cried. I bumped into him one time and it took off one of his beautiful leaves. He came with two and he was down to 1 and I ended up like kicking myself, but he's doing good. And then my back is hurting from bending over. My grow light's right in the way. I have a sad cutting I got from Etsy. I paid a lot of money for that, for a tiny, let me see if I can go down here, tiny cutting. I don't think I'd ever purchase from that store again, but this is what they call, the short name for her is Philodendron Brandy. And it's like Brantinum or something, Brantinum. But yeah, I'm glad to have her. I mean, she's beautiful. I can't wait till she trails. There's no sign of growth whatsoever on her, and that's why she is going to stay stationed right there under the grow light. And there is a beautiful orbifolia. Let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to get you to be able to see. There's my orbifolia. And you will notice there's a big, huge leaf that just came out. I have browning on the tips of this guy. Now, why I think that happened, they never used to be like that, but when I had the infestation, I know I talk a lot about that, I had to repot everybody. I had to lift them up and change the soil and then repot them, and then I sprayed them with this neem oil concentrate, and silly me, I didn't wait till they were rooted, and right there on a bottle it says wait till your plants are fully established and rooted in their pots, and I ended up hurting their leaves. So I don't even want to cut them off, because when you do cut the edges off of your calathea, don't go all the way down to the healthy skin or the healthy leaf, because then you're introducing more wounds and you will be hurting the plant even more. So FYI, I actually learned that on that gal's website or her YouTube channel. I can't think of her. Anyways, I will post that up so you guys can see who I'm talking about. And then there is my beautiful Dieffenbachia, and that one is the camouflage. She just came out with that brand new leaf right there on top, but doing good, doing good, doing good. Right next to him is my crocodile fern, crocodilius, whatever you call it. He's doing good, slow grower, so I placed him underneath the grow light and he loved it. All of his leaves like lifted up, like reaching for the light, and so I was like, yep, he needed some loving from the light. Then there is my silver leafed Fittonia. I don't know if that's called silver, just silver Fittonia. It's a beautiful plant. It's not my favorite, but I really do like it. Hasn't caused me any troubles. Right next to that is my very slow growing coastal or ivory. Is it Ivory Coast or coastal ivory? Alocasia or colocasia. I don't know, but didn't grow for like the 4 months I've had him, 3 months I've had him, and he finally, let me see if I can get it in the pic, gave me a third leaf. I was happy. So patience does sometimes pay off, guys. And then I have my beautiful Deja Vu. He's very young still. I actually have 2 plants in that pot, and I will be coming out with a video, an unboxing of that beauty right there. Doing very good for me. I just potted him up in that white pot, that I got from Walmart for like $1. Best place to get your white pots from, guys. And so sorry if I'm boring you. Here's another orb. He just gave me a brand new leaf right there, and that has been nice. This guy right here, you're like, what is the heck is that? It's not an empty pot. There is actually a red Hawaiian tea plant. Let me see. Right there. There's something right there growing and something right there. Can you see that? Somewhere around there. But anyways, I got some, is it called rhizomes? Rhizomes of 2 little tea plants. It almost looked like bamboo, and I planted it sideways in this, and then it just said keep it moist in a warm room, and it took a long time for him to actually sprout. I was going to give up on him, and then I saw that there are 2 in there, 2 little roots or sprouts coming up, so I am very happy, and I'm going to keep him underneath the grow light. and we'll see what happens. And then there's my, ooh, I'm coming back up. There is another cutting that is starting to grow, starting to put out new leaves for me. My Scindapsus pictus, is that what it's called? My silver leaf or my silver splash. Pothos, philodendron, whatever you want to call it. Like I've said before, tomato. It's just what you know it by. So I'm not going to get into a beef about that. And then I promise I'm almost done. There's my Echeveria, doing really good. It was actually dying, but once I put it underneath the grow light, it literally doubled in size after I put it underneath the grow light. So I was happy about that too. I kill succulents. I think we all have said that. We kill succulents. I don't live in a good place for them. Washington, no. And I have no south-facing windows, and we don't see the sun. We see the sun like a good 3 months out of the year. So got my grow lights, and they're doing great for me. And this guy doesn't excite me, but I'm not gonna give up on him. He is my coffee Arabica. So he will produce coffee beans one day. Today is not that day. Still kind of tiny. And then above here, this is actually, I've told you guys this like a month ago, 2 months ago. This is an old clothing rack that I just turned into a plant stand. But there is the Beautiful. Now she's looking kind of leggy to me, but when I put her above the grow light, everything started growing. Everything started growing. So she has actually tripled in size since I've got her. Doing great, doing beautiful. She's popping out leaves right and left. I'm feeding her probably like once a week. So that one was a propagation from my other Brazil that I have. Now this guy is very kind of scanty looking, very bare, but he just started growing this leg or this foot or this vine out, and he all of a sudden just was like popping out new leaves right and left. I almost threw him away. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do this. If you're not, I mean, he didn't look like, he looked lifeless. He still does kind of, but he is actually doing quite good right now. And I love him. So I'm gonna keep going, probably take some cuttings and then propagate them and fill in the bare zones. Yikes. So that, and then I am going to move you over, oh, the sunlight is gonna blind you guys. So I'm gonna reach for them. I'm reaching to my window right now so I don't put you right in the sun. This guy's new. I need to repot him. I'm doing a video about him. This is a Musa banana tree. I don't know if this is a dwarf, but I also think that this is a Zebrina. I think that's what they call it, banana tree, and they grow really fast. So I'm gonna see if I can be successful with him. I'll get you the next one. Here's the other tea plant that has not sprouted yet. These are in my window. He has not sprouted anything yet, but I also planted him about 2 weeks after I planted the other tea plant. One more, and then we're done with my office tropical room plant tour. And then this guy is new for me. He, on the way, dropped a couple leaves in transit over to my house, and this is my tiny dancer. I think it's an alocasia tiny dancer, but yeah, these are the guys who are in my tropical room right now. And then I have many more plants to come in the videos and the tours. Thank you for joining me. This is long enough. I feel like I am happy with what I have right now, and I will just be seeing you in my next video. I will keep you updated with what's going on in my kitchen and the wall, and I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be talking to you soon. All right, bye.